You can know exactly what to do and still not do it. That's not laziness, that's resistance. Welcome to the Doing What You Know Friday community video. These Fridays are about slowing things down just enough to reflect, reconnect, and reinforce what you're building. Not just in your business or goals, but in yourself. If you've had a strong week, great. If it's been messy, you're still exactly where you need to be. A lot of people believe progress should look simple. You learn something, you understand it, and then you execute it. But if that were true, personal growth would be easy. You would read a book, apply it, and your life would immediately change. Instead, what usually happens is something very different. You learn something valuable, you feel motivated, you even decide you're going to implement it, and then somehow you don't. Or you start and then stop, or you delay, or you get distracted. That invisible pull away from action is resistance. This is where people misinterpret what's happening. They assume the problem is discipline or motivation or commitment, but resistance isn't about effort. Resistance is about protection. Your mind is designed to protect your current identity, even if that identity isn't serving you, because familiarity feels safe. Growth requires stepping into something unfamiliar, and unfamiliar territory triggers resistance. I've experienced this many times. When I first started building consistently online, I knew the importance of posting content regularly. I understood the strategy. I had the knowledge. But knowing and doing are two different things. There were days when I would sit down to create something and suddenly something else seemed more important. Emails, messages, random tasks, anything except the thing I knew I should do. That wasn't lack of knowledge. It was resistance to trying to keep me in familiar territory. Resistance rarely looks dramatic. It usually shows up as overthinking. Wait until you feel ready. Researching more instead of acting. Perfecting instead of publishing. Or convincing yourself you'll start tomorrow. All of these behaviors feel reasonable in the moment, but they quietly delay progress. You can even see resistance on the pickleball court. If you know you should move forward to control the kitchen line, but you hesitate, that hesitation changes the entire point. Not because you don't know the strategy, but because hesitation introduces uncertainty. Resistance works the same way in life. It slows the moment between knowing and acting. Resistance grows stronger when you overthink decisions, or you keep your goals vague, or you isolate yourself. You avoid accountability, and you allow small delays to compound. The longer resistance sits unchallenged, the stronger it becomes. That's why people often stay stuck for long periods of time. Not because they lack ability, because resistance has quietly built momentum. The way through resistance is not motivation, it's movement, small, immediate action. When you move quickly from decision to action, resistance has less time to grow. That's why clarity and accountability matter so much. They shorten the gap between knowing and doing, and that gap is where resistance lives. If you've been struggling with follow through, the problem might not be discipline, it might be resistance. Inside the Doing What You Know community, we work on reducing that gap between knowing and doing. The link below is a team referral rotator for active members inside the community, and access to that rotator is one of the benefits of being active inside the group. You can join at doingwhatyouknow.com/team. Next week, we're going to talk about something closely related to resistance, overthinking. Because overthinking is one of the most common ways resistance disguises itself. If you're watching this and you're not actively inside the Doing What You Know community, understand this. Progress doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from being in an environment that keeps pulling you forward when you normally drift back. That's what this community exists for. Join us at doingwhatyouknow.com/school. It's SKOOL. Get involved. Stay visible and keep doing what you know.